Liberal late-night host James Corden announcing he's changing his popular Spill Your Guts or Fill Your Guts segment because people think it's racist. It involves celebrities choosing between answering a personal question or eating something disgusting.
A beetle jello shot, which is a jello shot with beetles inside it.
No.
Accusing Corden of encouraging racism and hate because some of the disgusting foods were Asian in origin. So in the future, celebs will instead be given the choice of answering the question or eating a food that might ruin their diet, such as a pizza topped with cheeseburgers. So, Jesse, are the same people outraged over this the same ones telling us we should be eating cicadas?
Yeah.
That's my question.
I want to be careful with this one, so I want to read from the notes I wrote here. James Corden is confusing racism with relativism. Chinese cuisine is not inherently bad. It's just the polar opposite from what Western taste buds and society is used to. So if there was a Chinese version of James Corden and they did this silly show over there and they fed people in Beijing grits, the Chinese people would probably, grits is disgusting. Or what if they gave them like liverwurst with pickles and mayonnaise sandwich? They'd probably think it was sick, they'd yak, and everybody in the audience would clap and laugh.
These were your safe notes?
Yes. And this is a component of comedy, Greg, and I know you agree with me. It's the culture clash, right?
Yeah.
You send someone from the city to the country, like City Slickers, right? Or the country to the city.
Surreal life.
Right. So, coming to America is funny. You know, Chevy Chase, you take an American, send him to Paris, European vacation. What's the other one? When you take someone that's poor and put them in a wealthy environment or vice
Trading
versa.
Places?
Overboard with Goldie Hawn. Trading Places, Eddie Murphy, black, white, rich. That's funny because it's people that are different doing the exactly opposite things that they're used to. That's the same thing with eating, you know, exotic Chinese food if you're from this country.
Okay, Dana.
Well,
your
I just think that cheeseburgers on pizza sounds excellent. I don't know what the problem is with that. And also, it's
not Asian.
That segment is going to be so boring because we all know what will ruin a diet.
Yeah.
We all know, like, it's obvious.
I think beetle shots would ruin a diet real quick, Greg.
You know, okay, so this is cowardly and it's infuriating because they got suckered in by petition rhetoric, right? And also the low barrier of entry for signing a petition. I mean, anybody can sign a petition. None of the people who signed a petition actually watched this show. And their producers are so cowardly and stupid, they fell for this. Like saying that this encourages racism and hate, that's the petition lexicon. You know, it's always this seething rhetoric because that's the only way you're going to get the media's attention, their attention, and people to sign it. You can't just say, we don't like the selection of foods because it makes the culture look gross or something. They can't do it like that. They go, he is a racist and he's driving Asians to some kind of self-loathing suicidal binge. My suggestion for them, everybody on that show, is to go eat a bag of spotted dicks because that is an amazing British dessert, right? It is a baked pudding and it's got sweat, S-U-E-T, right? Sweat? Is that it? Suet and dried fruit, but it's usually currants and raisins. It is so disgusting. And the most important about spotted dick, it's British, like James Corden.
Right.
So why don't you, James Corden, instead of being a coward, do your culture's food, intersperse it?
Well, because
Tool?
with all due respect, English food isn't the greatest. Jessica, your thoughts?
It has improved dramatically in recent years. You know, I lived there for 6 years when I was doing my graduate education, and it severely increased in quality. Best spotted dick reference in a movie, King Ralph. That was like my favorite. King Ralph is great. I think that so much of this, and we talked about this with Kimmy Schmidt. With Ellie Kemper.
Yeah.
So much of it is about who's delivering these messages, the intent. You get a vibe for a person, and I think people know who James Corden is. He's someone who wants to do karaoke in cars, who is effusive and lovely and jokes about his weight and talks about his struggles with it.
Did he get mad at somebody about his weight recently? Didn't he attack somebody who said something about his weight?
Stop trying to take James Corden down. I think that you should, instead of changing the segment, if you think it's a problem, and I understand that, cancel it. Don't modify it. Just be like, we looked at it, and this is not something that we want to do
No one could
anymore.
have fun anymore.
Yeah,
we
it's
could not
boring.
do Fear
You're
Factor.
having fun.
Everything's boring.
No, we could not do Fear Factor.
Especially with Joe Rogan.
No, exactly. There's
It's
no
all
comedy.
boring. All boring. All right.